Good morning. It's September 27th, about 7:15 in the morning. It's a Thursday, which is a little unusual. I decided to take the day off today. I've been watching all summer long for a day that was going to be clear of the wildfire smoke that we've been plagued with all summer long. My one bucket list item for this summer was to get up on top of Mt Timpanogos. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm heading down the, I want to say it's Willow something trail, over to Salamander Flat. And then we'll take the Salamander Flat trail to the Timpanogos trailhead, and then we'll head up the Timpanogos trail to Mt Timpanogos. I'm going to try to make this a loop. So I'm going to come back down the Aspen Grove Trail from the saddle and cut off on what's called the Heartski Trail. It's my understanding is it's a recently rediscovered trail that was abandoned a long time ago. It's not an official trail, but that will hook me up with the Horse Flat Trail and bring me back to the summit trailhead. So the longest leg will be from here to Timpanogos. I'm guessing, if I calculated right, about 9 miles, somewhere around there. And then it'll be a shorter leg coming back. So weather's looking superb. I'm getting a little bit later start than I wanted to get going this morning, but it is daylight, so I'm not having to hike in the with a headlamp, so that's a plus. So we'll check in as we get along the way. The first little bit here, I got to drop about 400 or 500 feet, I think, down to the Timpanogos trail, so that's the downside, but I will finish back at the same place, so we'll check in later. We got a deer browsing right up here. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to be a little dark. I think she's going to take off pretty quick. She saw me, but wasn't particularly alarmed. Oh, there she goes, head down. Hello, baby. Oh, there's two of them. Wow, they don't seem to be all that alarmed. Hello, baby. How are you? Huh? It's so nice of you to let me get a look. That's great. Oh, there's one of her babies. That must be mom and two babies. Well, hello there. You're so very pretty. Yes, you are. You're very pretty. Look at you. Thank you. That was awesome. Well, this is where the trail crosses the Alpine Scenic Loop. And we're continuing on the Willow Hall Trail. Oh my gosh, this is pretty this morning. And I think we're coming up on our first trail junction. This should be the junction with the Ridge Trail, I think. The maps weren't too clear on the names of the trails, but let's go see what we've got here. Oh, I guess it continues. Oh, it's the Ridge Connector. Okay, so this is still the Willow Hollow Trail, which should take me down to Salamander Flats. And look at that. It's incredible or what? Here we go. Well, we've arrived at, I think this is the Salamander Flat campground. And we're continuing on Willow Hollow Trail from here. Trying to be a little bit quiet. There's people in their tents there sleeping, I'm sure. That would be nice, but I'm on the trail. On our way to Salamander Flat. Wow. I'm headed up that way. Looks a little intimidating, but I'm sure that trail's decent all the way up, as popular as this is. Well, that confirms what I was wondering. I knew this was the Great Western Trail, went through here somewhere. I didn't know exactly where, so it does follow along here. And we're at another trail junction here. That trail right up there, I think, is the snow gauging trail. Yes, it is. That was one of my options, to come down the snow gauging trail instead of down Willow Hollow and Salamander Flats. That seemed to be a bit steeper. And I was planning on being in the dark at that point when I was getting an earlier start. So that's why I took the Willow Hollow and Salamander Flats trail. But they were almost, I think they were like a 2/10 of a mile difference. So we're continuing on to the Timpanogos trailhead. And this is our second and last road crossing. Crossing the Alpine Scenic Loop once again. I don't think there's any traffic up here this morning. I think I've seen 2 cars so far, so there we go, continuing on. According to this, Timpanogos trailhead, 1 mile. Excellent. Well, I got a grouse on the trail in front of me. I'm waiting for her to fly. Or he, I don't know. They're usually not this tolerant. Usually what happens to me is I don't see them till the last second and they fly right in front of you and scare the bejeebers out of you. Are you going to go up or down? Hello. All right, he's going up. I don't know if you can see him or her up there. Well, that was pretty cool. Easy fly right off. Okay, we're on the register. I am number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a few people ahead of me. Not surprised. So here we go. Well, I'm coming up on my, just a little past my second hour. I'm going to go about 30 minutes. And I'll take my morning break. It's the trail's really good like this. It is all uphill, but not bad. Lots and lots of switchbacks. And I got lots of company. Unfortunately, they're passing me. Well, now we're climbing up a whole bunch of switchbacks, going up pretty steep. Let me see if you can see up there. And there's where we came from. Down there you can see the trail switchbacking, and then that long pull up there. That was pretty fun. So here we go. Well, I've reached the next trail junction. We got the Timpanogos Summit Trail here to the right that I'm going to take up to the saddle up there and then up to the summit. I'm a little bit concerned because I'm down to about a cup and a half of water, and I just talked to somebody. He said there is no water up here anywhere except until you get to Emerald Lake. So I'm a little concerned by that. I do have some grapes to eat. That's not a lot of water, but that's something. But man, I thought there'd be some water up in here, and I only brought 2 liters. So a little discouraging. So here we go. I'm on the Mt Timpanogos Summit Trail, and I'm about halfway up to the saddle, I think. Show you where I came from. Right down there is the trail junction, and I've been winding my way up here. Views are great. You can see down into Heber and see part of Jordanelle Reservoir. See I think it's the Slate Fire in the Uintas, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we got a little bit of smoke in here today. So I resolved that as soon as I get up in these rocks up in here, up over that trail goes right up around there, I'm going to stop and have some lunch, rest my sore foot, and then we'll hit the summit, or the saddle, and then on to the summit. Well, this is my lunch spot. It's not the best because there's no shade, but I'll tell you what, it feels really good just laying down here. The breeze is cool, the sun is warm. Oh my gosh, it couldn't get any nicer. I may just drift off for a little bit, see if I can get some rest before I tackle the summit. Well, I had a nice little snooze. Hoping that helped a little bit. That was a good thing. The bad thing was, as soon as I moved to get up, I got a big time cramp in my right thigh. Oh my gosh, it was a bad one. So it was kind of fun getting my shoes back on. But it feels like it's calmed down now, so we're back at it. Headed for the saddle. Well, Mom, this section's for you. I don't think you'd particularly like this section. It's not really as bad as it looks in the video, I'm sure. The video tends to make things look worse than they are. So we're almost to the saddle. I wanted to give you guys a shot when we get to the top here. Oh, wow. That's incredible. Well, the rest of the trail looks pretty interesting. Wink, wink. I'm going to rest a little bit right here at the bottom. So I'm rested, not going up. Too tired. And hopefully we'll make it up to the top there shortly. Well, here we go. Looks like the majority of it is going to be a pretty well established trail through all this scree. So I don't think it'll be too bad unless I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. And I probably won't video too much, because I like to be using my trekking poles through here. So here we go. Well, this is an interesting climb. I just came up this. And believe it or not, you switch back your way up this little narrow thing. There's only a couple places that are at least a bit sketchy, but oh my gosh. I had no idea I was going to be coming up with something like this. So we're going to head up there and we'll see where it goes from here. Oh, I'm so close. But I'm having to stop fairly frequently. Catch my breath. It's a pretty wild trail coming up here. I got a little negotiation to do here, so I'm gonna stop the video for now. Almost there. Like that little slip. That's a cinematographer's slip. Sorry about the jerky. Gotta hang on. Yes, I made it. Woo! The sun's gonna be bright. Sorry about the wind. It's windy up here. Well, I'm going to go around the other side, go into the summit shack, sign the register, and soak it up for a little bit. Woo! Well, let's see. There's the benchmark. Well, this is probably pretty noisy up here, but I want to show you guys anyway. go down out that way and down into there. Let's see, Deer Creek Reservoir down in there. Jordanelle way up in there. The Uintas with the fire going back there. I think that's a slate fire. Some of the biggest peaks here in the Wasatch, all in this area. All right, I gotta pack it up and get out of here. Woo! Woo, I am saved. I can go down there and get me a drink of water. I have a goat right in my way here, and I don't know whether I should just... Can I get by? Huh? I really don't want to go the other way. I guess I'll have to take the shortcut. All right. And that's why I didn't want to take the shortcut. I cannot believe I came. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna get down the trail here. See you later. Well, I'm sorry I left you out of a lot of what's been going on this trip. I was coming down the switchbacks on the Mt Timpanogos trail that goes down to the Aspen Grove trailhead, and I ran out of daylight. I knew I was gonna run out of daylight, and so I got the headlamp out and made it down off of the switchbacks. I was kind of nervous about being up there, and I managed to locate the junction to the Heart Ski Trail, and I managed to navigate that all the way to the Horse Flat Trail with a headlamp. I only got off the trail a couple of times and was able to quickly find where I'd made another mistake. So I didn't get to see any of the country, which is very disappointing, but I didn't really have much choice. I would have had to have gone down to the Aspen Grove campground and figured out a way to get back to the truck at the summit trailhead. So we're finishing it as planned, and I'll probably check in when we get back to the truck. Well, I wrapped this thing up at 10:40 p.m. A crazy long day. I got started later than I wanted to. I had to take way more rest breaks than I had usually do. So that, and it was a long day. But I'll tell you what, this has got to be one of the most interesting and beautiful trails there is. Well, at least that I've been on. Except for the connection from the saddle over to Emerald Lake. That was just all across a rock slide the whole way. That was miserable. But other than that, oh my gosh, this was a wonderful hike. I'm dead, but that's okay. All right, well, I gotta get heading home. I'm supposed to get up and go to work tomorrow, but man, I don't know if I'm going to or not. So we'll check in with you guys next time, and hope you can join us.